Hello YouTube, my name is Maureen and welcome to Maureen Reads. Um, I've taken quite a bit of an absence from BookTube, but I am back and I'm going to try and upload a bit more regularly than I have been. I plan on starting a schedule, an upload schedule. So that's a thing. Other than that, I bring you a review today, and this comes on the heels of the premiere. I guess it was maybe a week ago. No, or a little over a week ago was the second half premiere for The Walking Dead, and I thought this would have been a perfect, if I would have uploaded it in time, a perfect review for that occasion. So I bring to you the Zombie Survival Guide, Complete Protection from the Living Dead by Max Brooks. This is a little bit different than his other book about zombies called World War Z. World War Z is kind of just talks about fictional accounts of the zombie apocalypse and how people, you know, not only survived, but people that didn't survive in different accounts and tellings. Um, in a very, it's made to be nonfiction, but it is fiction. Anyway, this is very different. This is pretty much a handbook for the zombie apocalypse and what you should do to prepare yourself. As you can see, there's some different pictures in here. Um, More pictures. The book was definitely easy to read because of those photos. They break it down into um, different sections, I guess. So you start with the undead myths and realities. So it kind of talks about, you know, zombie folklore and then what you should really expect when the zombie apocalypse happens. Weapons and combat techniques, which I thought was the most interesting, and just shows you what weapons you should have individually and as a group, and different combat you can use to try and fight the undead. On the defense is another section which shows you how to defend your house and, you know, making a fortress and things like that. The next section is on the run, which is very similar to The Walking Dead, which kind of shows you how to move from your fortress to a different area. On the attack, kind of is another similarity to Walking Dead. Kind of shows you how to fight off zombies that you meet when you're on the run. And I believe one of the other sections is living in an undead world, which kind of shows you, you know, you're going to have to keep on living and kind of gives you some tips and advice on how to live in this new world that has arisen. And then the last section, which I thought was very interesting, even though it is all fiction, is the recorded attacks. So starting from 60,000 BC all the way up until 2002 shows different zombie attacks throughout the world and what, you know, different events and how people overcame them. I just thought this was like super, super cool. I would honestly use this advice if something like this were to happen. I always think these kind of things are interesting because, you know, I think this is one of our biggest fears as a human race is to have this giant plague where there's really nothing you can do, and you know the majority of the world is, you know, overcome by this, and then there's very few people that you know, make it out. So I think that's a really big fear. And, you know, zombies are pretty cool for one, and two, they're just, I think they're interesting the way that they function, and, you know, how it's something viral. It's not, you know, it's not something that man necessarily created. It's definitely something that our environment created, or something that just chemically or somehow or another came about. This book is pretty small. in the sense that it was about 247 pages, so what I would consider a little bit under average. And it's especially quick just because it reads like a manual. It doesn't really read like a novel. I just think it's really cool. It kind of showed me how unprepared I am for something of this magnitude. If something like this were to happen in the future, I know that I am very unprepared and need to align myself with people that may be a little bit more skilled than I am. But if you love, would I recommend this? Blah, I haven't done one of these in a while. Would I recommend this book? Most definitely. Even if you just like a laugh, or if you think, you know, think zombies are cool, if you want to add on to your zombie collection, I would certainly add this along. I think it's a great companion piece to The Walking Dead because of a lot of the lore is the same in this book as is the show and the graphic novel. And what else would I say about it? Again, if you love Walking Dead, if you love zombies, I would certainly recommend this. It is super fun, and it's fun to just pick up and leaf through, or it's fun to go from beginning to end. So again, the Zombie Survival Guide, I believe I gave this 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads, so I think you guys should check it out. So I think that's about it, guys. So YouTube, until we meet again.